Alright, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming. In the last video I began the Kotlin version of our payroll program, so I'm going to head back to that. I'm going to actually grab everything that was in hourly and I'm going to copy it over to piece worker and start making changes. So again, this is piece worker calculator .kt file. This will hold it for piece worker employees. Remember that piece worker employees have a pieces made field and a price per piece field. The valid values for pieces made are 0, through 100, and the valid values for price per piece are 0, 1 penny through $1. Piece worker employees gross pay is pieces made times price per piece. All right, get the locale again. This will be min pieces, and that will just be a 0. This will be max pieces, and that will be 100. This will be min PPP for price per piece, and that'll be a penny. And this will be max price per piece, and that'll be $1. And that is all I need from here. Now again, to calculate, this will be pieces, and this will be price. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but gross and message are fine. I don't need any if statement in here. Gross equal pieces times price. That's wrong. I'm not saying what should be. No, I'll just put here price per piece. Yeah. So this should be price, and over here it should be rate. Okay, file. Save all. So hourly should be done, and now I believe at least piece worker should be done. Let's copy that. Let's go over to commission, and this is now commission calculator, and it'll hold the info for commission workers, commission employees, have a sales made field and a commission percentage field. Valid values for sales made are 0 through 100,000, and the valid values for commission percentage are 0% through 0.30 or 30%. Commission employees, gross pay is sales made times commission percentage. So we'll call this min sales and max sales. And this will be min PCT for percentage and max PCT and that is 0%, and that will be 30% in just a second. All right, so this will be sales and percentage. Gross is going to be equal to sales times percentage. Message, I want to format sales. And this will be PCT. And that'll say commission percentage. And that takes care of that one. Let's copy that. Whoa. Did I put this into validation? Yes, I did. It is now in percent into commission calculator. All right, salary should be even easier. So those aren't even in there. And that actually should be over here. All right. So this is salary calculator. Okay, and it made me think I might have an error. In one of the ones I've already done. Again, I put it into validation. Salaried. Save all. Let's close that. And let's open the commission. Yeah. So that should be sales. We'll leave it like that for now. It might be wrong, but it's better than it was. All right. So now I have completed, I believe, I'm going to quickly open all of them. The hourly calculator, the piece worker calculator, the commission calculator, and the salary calculator, I believe, are now all complete. Just take them from the top. Here's hourly. Hourly, hourly, hourly. Yeah. I think that's good. Piece worker, piece worker, piece worker, piece worker. I think that's good. Commission. Okay, I think that's all right. Salaried. I believe that's all right. So you can see what I have left now. I have validation.kt. I have payroll state.kt. Then I've got the big one, which is main, and that is one of the bigger files, period, that I have. All right. So let's check my time here. Let's see if we can do the validation one here. Okay. Get that out of here. All right, so this is validation. .kt. This file is a generic and reusable numeric validation file. Every calculator field in main.kt, in other words, hours worked, hourly rate, pieces made, price per piece, sales made, commission percentage, and salary will be checked through a single numeric, we'll call it what it is, validate numeric input function as defined here. This will be done before the gross pay is calculated. for any employee. I'm going to set up quickly a data class here that's going to be called validation result. So what this is going to have in it are these three fields. A Boolean, which will say whether or not what we're validating is valid or not valid, the value itself, and a message showing the result, basically. The checks will be as follows. The checks will be performed as follows. First, empty, empty or blank input for an is required check non-numeric input for a numeric check range input for an out of range check and finally if 1 through 3 succeed, the input was valid. I think that's good enough. So fun, validate, numeric input. We'll pass in raw text, which will be a string, a label, which will be a string, a minimum, which will be a double, and a maximum, which will be a double. And this will return a validation result. So first thing we want to do, remove any or all leading and or trailing spaces. So val, we'll call it trimmed equals that raw text, in case we hit the spacebar a few times before or after we put in the value, dot trim. Next, we want to perform check number 1 above. Pretty soon after that, we will be performing check number 2 above. And finally, we will be performing check number 3 above. So let's go put those in. All right. If trimmed dot is empty, okay, then we try trimming it. Now there's nothing in it. It should be trimmed, not timmed here. We'll return validation result, and it'll have in it valid equal false, value equals double.nan, and message will be equal to wrong, it looks like. And that's MSG. And finally, that's spelled wrong. There. So that's check 1. Check 2. We'll first attempt to parse the trimmed text as a double. If the check fails, return. So if num equal null, I'm going to grab this and then just modify it. Must be a number. All right, then for check number 3, this is our range check. We're again going to return the validation result. Valid will be false. Value, we can give it the number. It's not going to hurt anything. And label must be between and must be between min and max. All right. finally, as we said before, if we get to this point, let's put this over 2 lines. It's not going to hurt anything. All right. If we get to here, all checks have passed. i.e., the input was valid. So we'll return the validation result. Valid will now be true. Value will be the number. And there is no message. Here we go. Okay. The format num function will format a number, let's just say accordingly. That's where we're getting the errors here and here, because we haven't written that yet. So fun, format, num, number, that should return a string. And you'll notice now the errors that were here are now gone. Okay. All right, and I believe that's everything. So what's left when I come back is to write the payroll state, which is not very long, and to write main.kt, which is very long. So I'll be back with that shortly. Thanks.